Hey there! Today we're going to be working with lesson 1.4, rounding numbers. So rounding can be a really difficult task for people to understand. So let's kind of jump right into this. We're going to start with a numeral, and we're just going to start with a 2-digit numeral. We're going to start with 72. Now when I'm rounding, I am going to move, unless it tells me otherwise, the greater value. So if I think back to my other lessons, I know that the values are based on the place value chart that we've seen before. We have the ones place, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions, and it continues on for infinity, forever. So if I'm comparing 2 ones and 7 tens, I know that 7 tens is much greater. It is going to be my greater value. So I will be looking at my 7. Now, whoever is right next door, I'm going to think of them as like a little sister or a little brother, and they're just bugging me. They are bugging me, they're bugging me, and they're going to be the boss. They're going to try to boss that bigger number around. They want to be the boss. So I have my greater value, and I have my digit that is bossing my value. Now it's very important that we understand how this digit is going to be bossing. So the little rhyme I teach is, if the numbers are 5 or above, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you're going to give that big number a shove. You're going to make it go up one place value. If the numbers are 4 or below, 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0, I'm going to leave that underlined number alone. It's going to stay the same. Leave it alone. Stay the same. So I'm going to look back at my circled digit, my bossy sibling, my bossy sister or brother, and it's a 2. So I can say my little rhyme. 5 or above, give it a shove. 4 or below, leave it alone. And as I look, I can see that it's a 2. I'm going to go look, and here is my 2 down here at the bottom. And I know that 2 means leave it alone. So 7 is going to stay the same. And everything after that 7 is going to become a big fat 0. So instead of a 2, this is going to change to a 0. Now I've rounded my number, 72, and it is now 70. There's my first number I've rounded. Let's try another number. Let's try the numeral 58. Now, I'm going to look at my greatest value, which is my 5. It is worth more. It is worth more money if I was going to compare it. 5 tens is greater than 8 ones. So I know that right next door, that number is going to be the boss. It wants to be the boss. So I need to say my rhyme. And I'm looking at my circled number. 5 or above, give it a shove. 4 or below, leave it alone. I can see that 8 is up here. It is 5 or above. So that means I'm going to be giving this digit a shove. Okay, so giving it a shove means we're going to move it up a place value. So if I think about my numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what comes after 5? 6. What is 5 going to change into? A 6. And everything after that's still going to become a big fat 0. Let's try one more. This time we're going to go into the hundreds place. Let's use the numeral 364. We do the same thing as we were doing before. So I look for my greatest value, which is a 3. And I think, who's going to boss that 3? Oh, it's that little sibling right next to it. It wants to be the boss. It's right there next to it. And I draw my arrow to remind myself, ooh, it's bossing that 3. Okay, I need to say my rhyme. 5 or above, give it a shove. 4 or below, leave it alone. If I see 6, and I'm looking over here, I can see that 6 is up here, which means I'm going to be giving that underlined number a shove. So think back to your number line. 1, 2, 3. If I'm giving it a shove, I'm going to add one more 10, one more 100 in this case, which is going to change the 3 into a 4. And everything else becomes big, fat zeros. This can go with any type of number. It doesn't matter how big the number is. As long as you underline the correct value it wants you to round to, you will get the correct answer every time. This was our lesson on rounding numbers.